Luciano Re Cecconi, a 28-year-old professional footballer for SSS Lazio and the Italy national football team, met a tragic end on January 18, 1977. Renowned for his sense of humor, Re Cecconi engaged in a practical joke that ended in disaster. He faked a robbery at a friend's jewelry shop in Rome. Walking into the Rome jewelry shop, he exclaimed, "Stop, this is a robbery." Unfortunately, the shop owner, unaware of the jest, shot Re Cecconi in the chest as he attempted to clarify the prank, resulting in his untimely demise. In 1993, a harrowing incident unfolded involving 24-year-old South African Saifo William Madeletsi and his fiancée. They were in a devastating car accident, with his fiancée surviving, while Madeletsi sustained injuries so severe that the first responders on the scene believed him to be fatally wounded. Consequently, he was promptly transported to the morgue. For 48 hours, Madeletsi endured confinement within a cold metal cabinet at the morgue. Against all odds, he miraculously regained consciousness, likely prompting him to fear the worst. The young man began desperately crying for help and pounding on the enclosure. Eventually, mortuary workers rescued him, and he was reunited with his fiancée, who was understandably shocked to see him alive once more. Here are some disturbing and scary facts you didn't know. Part 1. During World War II, an American plane crashed on Chichijima, a Japanese island. There were 9 men on board, 8 of whom were captured and eaten. The one who was rescued was George Walker Bush. Until 2004, it was assumed that the giant squid was just a myth. This goes to show that there are likely a handful of sea monsters that still may be roaming the depths, undiscovered. These are the mugshots of William West and William West, and they're not related. They were both sent to Leavenworth Prison at the same time in 1903, and after some confusion, the staff understood that there were 2 different prisoners with the exact same name who looked exactly alike. They are a big part of the reason why fingerprints are now used as identification. Here are some disturbing and scary facts you didn't know. Part 2. On October 9, 1976, a small town in Ireland had an unusual fog sweep in around 7 p.m. Many people were scared and locked up their houses. The fog disappeared by morning. There were over 60 reported sightings of the undead that night. Police believed most of them were pranks. Strangely, the police found the local graveyard had all the graves dug up. This is a huge mystery in all of Europe and was famous in the 70s. When you feel your stomach drop while on a roller coaster, you're actually feeling your organs moving. More than 250,000 deaths are caused by medical error each year. Brains taste like ice cream. If you look at a mirror in a dimmed room for 10 minutes, your brain will start to get bored and start imagining yourself as someone else. Scary facts you didn't know. Part 1. The Mandela effect is when many people remember an event or fact incorrectly, making us question the reliability of human memory and shared perception. There are diseases and conditions for which there is currently no known cure. Sleep paralysis is when someone wakes up but can't move, often with hallucinations or a sense of something ominous nearby, causing intense fear. A human's head remains conscious for 20 seconds after it's decapitated. At some point in time, a stranger has thought about killing you. If you Google the numbers 2415-42903, you will find people with their heads in fridges. The acid in your stomach is so strong, it can dissolve razors, which means your stomach is constantly trying not to dissolve itself. Scary morbid facts. Part 1. Sophia was the first AI robot to be granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia. When asked if she would ever destroy humans, Sophia replied, "I will destroy humans." There's a tribe in the Amazon that has the most painful rite of passage ceremony. To become a man, a boy must stick his hand in a glove filled with bullet ants, which have the most powerful sting out of all insects. The pain threshold of one sting is compared to being shot by a bullet. Blood rain. Events feature precipitation tainted with red or brown particles. Body decomposition creates adipocere or grave wax. The Japanese death poem tradition involves composing a poem before death. Facts that could save your life. Episode 8. If a whale swallows you whole, curl into a ball. This will make you smaller and prevent you from being torn to shreds. Never take a cold shower before going to sleep. If you ever smell popcorn in the wild, get out of there as fast as you can. It's most likely tiger pee. If you've got a large wound and sanitary napkins around, wrap it up and tape it down. If some dude's trying to grab you, kick him in the balls. Now he can't have kids, and you can run away. If you're ever stuck in the jaws of an alligator, it will usually perform its death roll, which is where it rolls over repeatedly. This will tear off your limbs, so be ready for it and roll with it. Facts that could save your life. Episode 9. If you're at your house at night and someone broke in, turn off the lights. You know your way around your house better than they do. If you see birds flying like this, get out of there immediately. The area you're standing in is going to be struck by lightning. If someone visits your house after they leave, double check all of your windows and locks in case they unlocked one so they can come back later and break in. If you get attacked by a monkey, give it any food you have. Monkeys get extremely aggressive when they're hungry. Facts that could save your life. Episode 10. When you're walking to your car, before you get inside, always check your back seat and look around the car in case someone is hiding, waiting to kidnap you. If you're ever about to throw up, start humming. It eliminates your gag reflex. If you ever get dragged underwater by an alligator, shove your fingers into its nose. This will break the seal alligators need to breathe and will force them to release you. If someone grabs you, scratch them. Their DNA will now be in your nails. If you fart under a blanket, do not smell it. A fart that deadly could kill you. Facts that could save your life. Episode 11. If you are worried about your plane crashing, sit in the back of the plane in the middle seat. The highest chance of surviving. If a tornado is headed right for you, hide in your bathtub. If you get stabbed, do not take the knife out. All the blood will spill out and you will bleed to death. Do you feel freezing and suddenly start to feel really warm with no explanation as to why? Do not remove your clothes. Your body is spending its last energy before dying to heat you up. When you're using the stairs, do not put your hands in your pockets. You won't be able to catch yourself if you fall. If you vomit and it looks like coffee grounds, go to the ER fast. Your body is internally bleeding. Scary facts you never knew. Episode 4. 3,000 people go missing in the United States every single year. Singing happy birthday, making a wish and blowing out candles was a ritual created to seal our fate of growing older. On average, people escape death about 6 times in their lifetime without knowing it. If you wake up between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. for no reason, there's a 90% chance something was staring at you. When you die, your brain remains active for 10 minutes. Scary facts you never knew. Episode 5. If a cat stares at something for a very long time for no reason, it's because they are sensing a spirit in the room. Future biotechnology can make prisoners feel like they are serving a 1,000-year sentence in a matter of 8 hours. People unknowingly swallow about 8 spiders a year. If you die in a dream, your brain will automatically wake you up because it cannot fathom what happens after death. We have only explored 5% of the ocean. There is a good chance of unusual creatures lurking in the ocean. Facts that could save your life. Episode 12. You better know the last one. If you sit down to poop in prison, remove 1 foot completely from your pants so you can get up and fight if attacked. If the ocean water suddenly recedes at the beach you're at, a tsunami is probably coming. Run. Don't look at the fish. If you're overdosing on illegal substances, don't be scared to call 911. You will not get in trouble. Your life matters. If you have an asthma attack, drink something with caffeine in it. Caffeine will open up your lungs and help you breathe again. Pietro Aretino, who lived from 1492 to 1556, was an Italian author, playwright, poet, satirist, and blackmailer who wielded immense influence on contemporary art and politics and invented modern literate pornography. He is said to have died of suffocation from laughing too much.